Hello, my name is Sharyn Bovat. I'm the Nissan whistleblower, and I'm finally laying down after a long day of looking at different parts of Virginia, and I've got to find a new life. You see, I whistleblew about over $1 billion of fraud that happened at Nissan North America. Money was taken for a car to be built with outdated technology, and the money wasn't taken to really build this car, the Nissan Leaf, that's electric. The money was taken because Nissan had a cash flow problem in 2009. And I learned from a Nissan executive that the car couldn't succeed, basically because they needed the money for their cash flow. And now I've learned over the years that Nissan has way too much capacity. Nissan's going to have to restructure. The retirees are going to get taken advantage of. Jobs aren't going to happen that promised. The Gannett Tennessean, the paper that is the one that most of the people read for their news in Tennessee, they keep reporting the same job creation over and over and over again. They just had an article today, and they keep talking about these great jobs that have come up, and then now I found out that these jobs that are auto jobs that people thought would make $20+ an hour, Nissan is hiring all those people through a temp agency, and for about 5 years they're temps, and they make about $11 an hour. And some of those people still get food stamps because they can't afford to feed their family off what Nissan's paying them. And I've been fighting for over 3 years. I whistleblew about fraud, about the Nissan Leaf. They only sold 395 of those last month. And I've proven to be telling the truth, and I'm still suffering. I actually had to file a malicious prosecution case against Nissan. And I did that because they swore out warrants and they had me jailed 3 times. For 19 months I fought the Tennessee courts, and I learned that my judges were corrupt. And I've talked to people from all over the state of Tennessee, and I've learned that women in Tennessee have been abused by the judicial system, and nobody cares. And I spoke twice at the state capitol in front of the Tennessee Senate and also a joint commission of the Tennessee Senate and the representatives. And even after I spoke about the fraud at Nissan, that Nissan swore out warrants had me arrested, Nissan was still able to draw $37 million from an IDB bond. Nissan has about $4 billion of bond debt with Rutherford County alone. They have bond debt with Franklin, the city, where their headquarters is at. They actually have bond debt throughout the state. Nissan has taken money since 1982, and they've made one payment. Nissan creates jobs. They keep saying they're creating $20 an hour jobs, but they don't create $20 an hour jobs. For the first 5 years, when a person is working for Nissan, they make $11, $12 an hour. People that have worked at Nissan have reached out to me. Did you know that there are Nissan employees that work very hard and they still have to get food stamps because people at Nissan don't pay them a sustainable income that they can even provide for their family? The state of Tennessee paid $193 million to Nissan to move to Tennessee from California, the corporate headquarters. They promised to create 1,300 jobs. They created, Nissan executive came up to me in a parking lot and said 831. What's worse is for the Nissan Leaf, they said they were going to create, again, 1,300 jobs. Then a Nissan executive came up to me and said, you know what? They said 1,300 jobs, so it would confuse people because it's the same amount of jobs that they said they'd create when they brought the headquarters over. So then what they're going to do is so they can combine the jobs from the Nissan Leaf and the headquarters and give that number. But the fact is they paid for, 2,600 jobs. Now I hear that the Nissan Leaf, the sales are so bad they're going to build them from a kit coming in from Japan. And basically the Leaf battery doesn't work, and now their partner Renault is going to a different battery company to make the battery for the Renault car. The Nissan Leaf is just a bunch of junk. And you know what? I told the truth. Nissan employees told me the truth. And they told me because they thought I had the ear of Carlos Tavares. Well, I did have the ear of Carlos Tavares, but unfortunately, he doesn't run the company. Carlos Ghosn does. Then I heard from the former editor of the Detroit News, Mark Silverman, who became the editor of the Tennessean. I heard that Carlos Ghosn was the most corrupt auto executive in the industry. Yeah. And then I found out that Barack Obama's car czar, his car czar, when he was looking for a guy to replace, the head of GM, was thinking about Carlos Ghosn. But then Carlos Ghosn, at Nissan from 2006, they had 20.9% women in management. And then in 2009, the year I whistle blew about the fraud, they had 10%. So Obama wanted to put a man to be the president of General Motors that had basically fired half the women at the company that he managed in North America. I mean, it makes no sense. And Nissan is on the Iran watch list. If you Google United Against Nuclear Iran, and you go and you read about their auto campaign, or you go to the IranWatchlist.com, you'll see that Nissan's on there. And they were recently upgraded to Worst Offender. So here I am. I'm in a hotel room in Falls Church, Virginia, and I'm looking for a place to live. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a new life. Because I whistle blew at Nissan in Tennessee, and that's where my child lives. But I can't live there. I've been bullied, harassed, jailed, stalked. These people have terrorized me. And I finally realized today how bad they've done to my life. I just realized that 3 years of being terrorized is a lot. And Nissan's going to decide if they're going to mediate or if they're going to try to buy more judges. And are they going to try to do a cover-up? And I've noticed the Tennessee Governor Haslam, he's working on a cover-up. I can tell from what his ECG has recently put out. And they're false facts. So please look at the facts. I know you'd rather believe a governor from Tennessee than some woman who's been ranting on a blog. But I'm telling the truth. And Governor Haslam's Economic Community Development Office is lying. And they're corrupt. And so were Matt Kisper and Reagan Farr. It's time that somebody looked and investigated the facts. Because the Tennessean did another bad article today. Gannett is part of the problem. They're not a newspaper. They're just a shill for the crony capitalist in America. I need your help. Please, just get someone to investigate. I'm tired. I don't want to fight another 3 years. I don't want Obama to be president again. I realized I whistle blew in March of 2009. So basically during Barack Obama's entire presidential administration, I've done nothing but fight for my country. And I want my country to get healthy. And it can't get healthy with a person that's president, that has a staff, that has bought the press, that has used his bundlers and given them rewards to review the legal contract. The Paul Weiss law firm got the contract to review the Nissan loan. America cannot get healthy if we keep allowing for this to happen. I'm tired. I've lost my child. I just want America to wake up. Please help me. Please. Thank you.